नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति विकास स्वामी नित्यनामिने। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी नित्यनामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे। जयो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. So Hare Krishna, Prabhus and Matajis.
Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. So welcome to our weekly Bhagavad Gita discussion. Excuse me. So we will continue with chapter 14 of Bhagavad Gita. The three modes of material nature. Sattvam rajastama iti, sattvam rajastama iti, gunah prakriti sambhavaha, gunah prakriti sambhavaha, nibadnanti mahabaho, nibadnanti mahabaho, dehe dehinam avyayam, dehe dehinam avyayam. Sattvam rajastama iti gunah prakriti sambhavaha, nibadnanti mahabaho, dehe dehinam avyayam. Yes, Prabhu, anyone want to try? Prabhus?
Can I try, Prabhu?
Yes, please try, Prabhu.
Swatvam rajastama iti guna prakriti sambhavaha nibatnanti mahabaho dehe dehinam avyayam. Hare Krishna.
Nice. Matajis, Prabhus, anyone?
Can I try, Prabhu?
Yes, try.
Sattvam rajastama iti guna prakriti sambhavaha nibatnanti mahabaho dehe dehinam avyayam.
Okay, Matajis?
I try, sir. Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Sattvam rajastama inti guna prakriti sambhavaha nibananti mahabayo dehe dehinam avyam. Hare Krishna, sir.
Thank you. Here, sattva means the mode of goodness. Raja means the mode of patience. Tama, the mode of ignorance. Iti, thus, guna, the qualities. Gunama, the qualities. Prakruti, material nature. Sambhavaha, produced of. Nibadnanti, nibadnanti, to do condition. Mahabaho, so baho means what? Bahu, in Bahasa Malayu, what we call shoulder. Bahu, right? Bahu. So the word bahu in Malay is actually coming from baho, arm, arm, shoulder, So the Sanskrit varta is a Sanskrit term. So the mighty armed, so Mahabaho. So mighty armed is referring here to Arjuna. Dehe in this body. Dehe means body. Dehinam, the embodied living entity, the living entity. So Dehe, and what is inside the Dehe? Atma. So living entity is called Dehi. Dehi. See, so Dehinam, the living entity. And Avyayam means eternal. So translation, material nature consists material nature consists of three modes: goodness, patience, and ignorance. When the eternal living entity comes in contact with nature, O mighty armed Arjuna, he becomes conditioned by these modes. Purport. The living entity, because he is transcendental, has nothing to do with this material nature. Still, because he has become conditioned by the material world, he is acting under the spell of three modes of material nature. Because living entities have different kinds of bodies, in terms of the different aspect of nature, they are induced to act according to this nature. This is the cause of varieties of happiness and distress, sukha and dukkha, happiness and distress. Okay, I think we can go to another shloka also. We can cover two today. Tatra sattvam nirmalatvat. Tatra sattvam nirmalatvat. Prakashakam anamayam. Prakashakam anamayam. Sukha sangena batnati. Sukha sangena batnati. Jnana sangena chanaga. Tatta sattvam nirmalatvat. Prakashakam anamayam. Sukha sangena badnati. Jnana sangena chanaga. Yeah, you can try, Prabhu. Anyone?
Could I try, Babu?
Yes, Prabhu.
Tatra sattvam nirmalatvad prakasam prasaga manamayam sukha sangena bhatnati jnana sangena chanaga. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Next, anyone?
I can try, Prabhu.
Yes.
Tatra sattvam nirmalatvat prakashakam anamayam sukha sangena batnati jnana sangena chanaka.
Yeah. Mataji's.
Hare Krishna, sir. I try. Tantra sattvam nirmalavat prakash ahkam anamayam sukha sangena badnanti jnanam sangena chanaka. Hare Krishna, sir.
Hare Krishna, nice. So, tatra, there, tatra, sattvam, the mode of goodness, nirmalatvat. Mala means malam. Tamil malam. Malam means, what is malam in Tamil? Malam means
Sheep.
sorry.
Sorry, sir. I'm not sure. Is it sheep?
Yes, malam means dirt, impure. Malam also means fecal, stool, correct?
Okay.
Seringla, yeah. So stool, right? So impure. So nirmalan, that means pure. Malam means impure. Yeah? So it's also some Sanskrit word. So nirmalatvat, being purest in the material world. Prakashakam, prakazam, தமிழ்ல சொல்லுவாங்கல்ல பிரகாசம். ஸோ இது illuminating, அனாமயம், Anamayam, without any sinful reaction. Anamayam, Sukha. Sukha means happiness, with happiness. Sukha, Sangena, by association. Sangha means association. Batnati, condition. Baddha means to be conditioned, to be bound. Batnati, conditions. Jnana, knowledge, with knowledge. Sangena, by association. Cha also. Anaga. Anaga means sinless one. Right? So, O sinless one, the mode of goodness being purer than the others is illuminating, and it is free, and it frees one from all sinful reactions. Those situated in the mode become conditioned by a sense of happiness and knowledge. So here Krishna is addressing Arjuna Anaga. Anaga. Cha Anaga. Anaga means sinless one. Referring to Arjuna. So Arjuna is very pure devotee. He is a pure devotee of Krishna. So therefore Krishna is calling him Anaga. And Anaga, according to Vishnu Sahasra Nama, is also one of the 1,000 names of the Lord. Anaga. So, Sahasranama means there are 1,000 names of Lord Vishnu. So we can chant Vishnu Sahasranama. Sahasra means 1,000 names. So generally, if you see the Sri Vaishnavas, they will chant this Vishnu Sahasranama. Especially it is mentioned in Shastra that during delivery, giving birth, one should chant this mantra. The husband will chant Vishnu Sahasranama. It is there in Garbhadana Samskara. Right? So here, Anaga is referring to Arjuna. So Arjuna is, taking instruction from Krishna. So Krishna is telling you the mode of goodness. So we are discussing about the three modes of nature here, right? So the mode of goodness being purer than the others is illuminating and frees one from all sinful reactions. Those situated in that mode become conditioned by a sense of happiness and knowledge. So this is the thing. So purport, yes, okay. First paragraph. Please, anyone would like to read the first paragraph?
I'll read, Prabhu.
Yeah, please.
The living entities conditioned by material nature are of various types. One is happy, another is very active, another is helpless. All these types of psychological manifestation are causes of the entity's conditioned status in nature. How they are differently conditioned is explained in this section of Bhagavad Gita. The mode of goodness is first considered. The effect of developing the mode of goodness is in the material world is that one becomes wiser than those otherwise conditioned. A man in the mode of goodness is not so much affected by material miseries, and he has a sense of advancement in material knowledge. The representative type is the Brahmana, who is supposed to be situated in the mode of goodness. This sense of happiness is due to understanding that in the mode of goodness, one is more or less free from sinful reactions. Actually, in the Vedic literature, it is said that mode of goodness means greater knowledge and a greater sense of happiness.
Continue, bro.
Continue, Prabhu.
Yeah.
The difficulty here is that when a living entity is situated in the mode of goodness, he becomes conditioned to feel that he is advanced in knowledge and he is better than others. In this way, he becomes conditioned. The best examples are the scientists and the philosophers. Each is very proud of his knowledge, and because they generally improve their living condition, they feel a sort of material happiness. This sense of advanced happiness is conditioned life makes them bound by the mode of goodness of material nature. As such, they are attracted towards working in the mode of goodness, and as long as they have an attraction for working in that way, they have to take some type of body in the mode of nature. Thus, there is no likelihood of liberation or of being transferred to the spiritual world. Repeatedly, one may become a philosopher, a scientist, or a poet, and repeatedly become entangled in the same disadvantages of birth and death. But due to the illusion of material energy, one thinks that sort of life is pleasant.
Yeah. So here, Krishna is now speaking about the three modes of material nature. So, what are the three modes of material nature? What is these modes of material nature? So, this is Prakruti. Out of the five subject matter of Bhagavad Gita, Atma, Ishvara, Atma, Ishvara, Prakruti, Karma, and Kala. Right. So here Krishna is speaking about Prakruti. Prakruti means the material nature, and the material nature. So it is the energy of Krishna, Bahiranga Shakti. சரிங்களா? So Krishna, he have unlimited energy, and this material nature is called Bahiranga. Bahiranga means external energy, and he also have Antaranga Shakti. Antaranga, internal potency, internal energy, Haladini Shakti, which is a spiritual potency. So spiritual, material. So internal and external. And in the middle, Tatastra Shakti. Tatastra Shakti means marginal energy of the Lord. Tatashta. It is referring to the living entities. And why Tatastra Shakti is referring to the living entity? In the middle, marginal. Why it is called marginal? Margin in the middle, because the living entities, they are given free will. So they can choose whether they want to take the shelter of material energy of the Lord, or they want to take the shelter of spiritual potency of the Lord. So they are given choices, right? And Krishna is guiding us. Krishna has given us everything. So up to us whether we want to take shelter of Krishna's spiritual potency and go back to him, or we take the shelter of Krishna's material potency, material energy. So Mahamaya, and get stuck here in this material world. Durga, in this jail. Durga means fort. Fort means jail. So whenever we are in jail, in this material universe, we are bound by these three modes of nature. Right? So that is why Krishna says here, when the eternal living entity comes in contact with nature, that is where they got bound by these three modes. Becomes condition. இதுதான் வந்து meaning. Condition. Why it is called condition? What is the meaning condition? What is the meaning condition? Anyone? Arsi Mataji. What is the meaning condition?
Is it fixed?
No. So very important. That's why I'm going very slow and basic. So because I'm afraid, some of you might not understand what is the meaning condition, what is the meaning this nature. So so that's why I'm rechecking your understanding, because I can speak a lot of things, but if you misunderstood one word, then the whole point is useless. So நல்லா ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கோங்க, in Bhagavad Gita, whenever Srila Prabhupada used the word conditioned, okay, it means, you see, you look at the Sanskrit word, bandha, nibadhanti, is actually bandha. Bandha means, condition means become bonded, entangled. சரிங்களா மாதாஜி? Conditionனா you have become entangled. So basically you have become entangled by the what? The living entity. When the living entity enters the material universe, it is being entangled by the material energy of the Lord, the external energy of the Lord. Is that clear? Entangled means Mataji, ஒன்னொரு சிம்பிளா சொல்லணும்னா controlled. You are being under the control of that energy in a way. Hmm? Of course, you have your own free will, but 100% you have some minute free will. But ultimately, you are being under the dictation, under the control of these energies. புரியுதுங்களா?
They controlled by the three mode energy.
Yes, it is being, you are being controlled. Whenever we are in contact with whenever we are come into the materialism, Krishna says, when eternal living this comes in contact with nature. அப்படின்னா நம்ம இந்த உலகத்துக்கு, இந்த பௌதிக உலகத்துக்கு வரும்போது, when we are entering in the material universe, you see, Krishna is telling you, we are already eternal living entity. Our original place is what? The eternal Vaikuntha, spiritual world. So what happened? We fall down because we are not, we want to enjoy. That's why we are here. So Krishna sent us, Seripa, you want to enjoy, you go down. புரியுதுங்களா? So because of our this desire to lord it over the matter, we want to become enjoyer, like Krishna. We want to become Krishna, because Krishna is enjoying, we are becoming envious and we want to enjoy. So therefore we are pushed to here. So in order to enjoy, you need a body. So Krishna is giving you a particular body. So the body is decided according to your consciousness, according to your activity, according to your guna. So, and all these things are being awarded to you by the nature, by the three modes of nature. புரியுதுங்களா? இந்த material energy is very powerful. It is Shakti. It is Durga Shakti. This is what they call Shakti, நம்ம சொல்லுவோம்ல, Om Shakti, Maha Shakti, Mahamaya. ஓம் சக்தி சொல்லுவோம்ல, மாரியம்மா காளியம்மாக்கு நம்ம ப்ரே பண்ணுறோம்ல, நிறைய பேர் ப்ரே பண்ணுறாங்க. இந்த மகாசக்தின்றது இந்த பௌதிக உலகம் தான், அவங்க தான் இன்சார்ஜ். ஷீ இஸ் இன்சார்ஜ் ஃபார் திஸ் நேச்சர். யூ அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்டிங் இட் நாட்? ஸோ when we are being injected into this universe, you see, the soul is pure. The soul, ourself, we are actually pure. Satchit Ananda Vigraha. நம்மளுடைய ஸ்டேட் இதான். We are always a servant of Krishna, Satchit Ananda, always eternal, full of bliss, full of knowledge. We have a spiritual form. புரியுதுங்களா மாதாஜி? இதுதான் நம்மளுடைய நிலை, உண்மையான நிலை. ஓகே. ஆனால் என்ன நடக்குதுன்னா, somehow we fall down. The moment you fall down, so what happened? You have to get a body. So the body, there are many factors. First is your consciousness, your activity, your past life will decide the body. And the body will be awarded to you by the nature. If your consciousness is like a tamo guna or rajo guna, then you get a body accordingly like that. So that is why it is also influenced. You are being conditioned by the material nature, entangled. You're getting clear or not? So basically, even right now we are sitting, we are also because you are in contact with the nature, right? இப்போ எல்லாமே மெட்டீரியல் வேர்ல்டு தானே, எல்லாம் மெட்டீரியல் நேச்சர் தானே. So we are in contact with the nature. So right now we are actually being controlled. And Krishna is teaching later in Bhagavad Gita. Of course, Krishna have taught us how to get out from this Maya Shakti. How to be situated in pure goodness. அப்படி பேசுவோம். How to upgrade from Tamo Guna, Rajo Guna to Sattva Guna. And among these three, which is the best? புரியுதுங்களா? So all these things are there. So அதான் condition. So சிம்பிளா ஒன்றும் சொல்ல போனோம்னா, அதனால தான் பாருங்க ப்ரோபோடிங் போடுறாரு, இந்த ப்ரோபோட்லேயே போடுறாரு, the living entity got nothing to do with the material world. But because he has become conditioned by the material world, because he has become controlled by the material world, he is acting under the spell. Because living entities have different kinds of body. in terms of different aspect of nature, they are induced to act according to the nature. So this is the cause of happiness and distress. ஸோ ஒரு சும்மா ஒரு நல்ல எக்ஸாம்பிள் கொடுக்கணுன்னா மாதாஜி இஸ் வெரி இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் மாதாஜி. ஸோ யூ மஸ்ட் கெட் இட் வெரி கிளியர். இஃப் யூ நாட் கிளியர், ப்ளீஸ் ஆஸ்க் மீ பேக். ப்ளீஸ் let us know, let me know. Okay, I'll explain again. So another analogy to understand this is very simple. You see right now, we see a variety, different grades of people. எப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, இப்போ வச்சுக்கோங்க எக்ஸாம்பிள். I'll give you example. ஸோ நம்ம காலையிலேயே எந்திரிச்சோன்னே ஸோ பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு நபர் வந்து 5 மணிக்கு காலையில் எந்திரிக்கிறாரு, 5 AM. சரிங்களா? ஜஸ்ட் சும்மா எந்திரிக்கிறதே பார்ப்போமே. ஸோ இன்னொரு நபர் 5 மணிக்கு எந்திரிச்சு என்ன பண்ணுறாரு? அந்த நபர் 5 மணிக்கு எந்திரிச்சு பல்ல வெள்ளைக்கு குளிச்சுட்டு திலாக்கெலாம் அப்ளை பண்ணிவிட்டு என்ன பண்ணுறாரு? ஸோ அவர் வெளியே போகிறாரு. வெளியே போயிட்டு டெம்பிளுக்கு போகிறாரு வச்சுக்கோங்க. டெம்பிளுக்கு போகிறாரு ஒரு நபர். ஸோ டெம்பிளுக்கு போகிறாரு, அப்புறம் வேலைக்கு போகிறாரு. ஸோ இந்த ஒரு நபர் இருக்கார் எக்ஸாம்பிள். சரிங்களா? அப்புறம் இன்னொரு நபர் இருக்கார். இது இவர் வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா 10 மணிக்கு எந்திரிக்கிறாரு. 10 மணிக்கு காலையில் எந்திரிக்கிறாரு. எந்திரிச்சு குளிக்காமையே ஒரு காஃபி அடிக்கிறாரு பெட்டில், பெட் காஃபி. ஸோ அப்புறம் சும்மா எந்திரிச்சு அப்புறம் கிளம்புறாரு. கிளம்பிட்டு அவர் பாட்டுக்கும் வேலைக்கு போகிறாரு. இன்னொரு நபர் இருக்கார். அவர் எந்திரிக்கிறது மணி 1 ஆயிடுது. எந்திரிச்சோடனே ஒரு மாதிரி மயக்கத்தில் எந்திரிக்கிறாரு. அப்புறம் நேராக கிராப் புக் பண்ணி ஒரு நல்ல பெரிய மாமிசம் மீல் ஆர்டர் பண்ணி நல்லா சாப்பிட்றாரு. சாப்பிட்டு திரும்பி படுத்துடுறாரு. ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி 3 விதமான ஒரு சுச்சுவேஷன் நம்ம பார்த்தோம், ஒரு எக்ஸாம்பிள். ஸோ இந்த 3 விதமான பீப்புளும் தி ஆக்டிங் அக்கார்டிங் டு தியர் ஓன் டிசையர் அண்ட் வில். அது ஒரு ஃபேக்டர் இருக்குது. they are getting control of what to do. But at the same time, we can actually classify these 3 people according to the 3 categories of the modes of nature. So one person actually he is engaging in a sattviga activity, mode of goodness, because he is waking up before the sunrise. He is having some God conscious. He is going to temple. At least he knows, okay, I am applying some marking on my body. Some God conscious is there. So we can say this person is under the influence in the mode of goodness. And then he takes a very nice vegetarian meal at the restaurant, a vegetarian restaurant. So okay, so this person can be considered as a mode of goodness. Okay. And then another person is under the mode of patient. He's waking up, drinking coffee and rushing to work and working until 12 midnight overtime and coming back. Why we are telling patient? Patient na enna therumala? Desire. Full of desire. Money. How to become money, achievement, qualification, material achievement, all these things. So this is all the mode of patient. எனக்கு இது வேணும், அது வேணும், மெர்சிடிஸ் பென்ஸ் வாங்கணும், அது வாங்கணும். They are full of goals and achievements for material desire. They are not bothered about spiritual life. நான் ஏன் கோயிலுக்கு வரணும்? எனக்கு டைம் கிடையாது. நான் ஏன் பகவத்கீதா வரணும்? I want to do work. I got assignment, work. All these are patient. Actually, it's patient, mode of patient. They are not bothered about any other thing. They are only bothered about how to satisfy their senses. So this is called passion. P-S-S-I-O-N. Passion means அதனால தான் ரஜோகுணா. ரஜோனா இதுதான் அர்த்தம் சம்ஸ்கிருதத்தில். ஃபுல் ஆஃப் டிசையர். என்ன டிசையர்? மெட்டீரியல் டிசையர். They only want to please their body, please their senses. அடுத்த கேட்டகரி பார்த்தீங்கன்னா தமோ குணம். தமோனா டார்க்னஸ். தமோனா இருட்டில் இருக்காங்க. they are so lazy, so dull, so stupid. அதான் உண்மையிலே சொல்லணும்னா they are so dull, so ignorant. ஒரு கொஞ்சம் பொலைட்டாக சொல்லணும்னா so ignorantனா stupidனா they are not bothered about any material knowledge or spiritual knowledge. You know what I mean or not? They are not bothered. Even the mode of patient, they are at least going for material knowledge. They are for your sense gratification. But the ignorant, they are even not bothered about anything. They want eating, mating, sleeping, defending. They are on the level of animals and human. So that is ignorance. So like that, you can just observe around you and you can categorize all the living entity according to these 2-3 category generally. So this is how we call it being conditioned. So why the person is acting in such a way? Because first is out of his own free will. Second, also he is because of that, because he is so because he cannot decide, he is so less intelligent, he is also influenced by the modes of material nature. The nature is also conditioning, controlling him. So another way we can understand how the nature is controlling us is, we are getting age. Kaumaram Yavanam Jara. 10 years back we see the picture, and 10 years after now we see our face. There is a lot of difference. Isn't it, Mataji? So how these changes are happening? Because you are coming in contact with nature. So this is all beyond your control, right? You are telling, oh, I am the controller, my life, my rule. I am the enjoyer, right? You are telling like that. But what is happening? The material nature, Prakruti, is making your body, making the body degraded. And then you will die. All these things decided by the modes of material nature. Also. So in this way, we are also, we are constantly engaging in touch with material nature. This is the point. Without our, whatever activity we do, whatever food we are eating, whatever speech we are talking, everything can be classified into these 3 categories. Sattva, Raja, Tama. Okay? And of course, it is not like a person is purely goodness, passion or ignorance. They can come mixed. Like generally we can see, someone might be combination of 60% patient, 40% tamo. Someone might have 30% sattva guna and about 70% patient. Someone might have a 50% sattva, 30% patient, 20% ignorance. Can be mixed. It can be mixed. It can be mixed of ignorance, patient. It can be mixed of ignorance, patient and goodness. Can be mixed of goodness and tamo. Can change in going on according to our activity and our thinking and all these things. So one of the very good example is, what is a good example? Another good example. Now in a month time, Thaipusam is coming. Thaipusam varudhu. So Thaipusam varumbodhu enna agudhu, everyone is becoming vegetarian. Why Prabhu vegetarian? Thai மாசம் வருது, தை மாசம் வந்துருச்சு, பொங்கல் செலிப்ரேட் பண்ணிட்டோம்ல, தை மாசம் வந்துருச்சு, முருகனுக்காக நான் பால் குடம் எடுக்கணும், காவடி எடுக்கணும், அதனால I am becoming a vegetarian. So this person is actually coming into sattva guna right now, because being vegetarian and worshipping demigods, of course in sort of mix of sattva and raja, but they are coming. But if you see previously, this person is a heavy meat eater. He doesn't wake up, he doesn't go to temple, he's not bothered about spiritual activity. But the moment Thai Masam comes in, from Tamo Guna, from Tamo and Raja Guna, suddenly he becomes dominant of Sattva and Raja. And suddenly on Thaipusam day, he will be Pakka Sattva. Wake up 5 a.m., go to Kavadi, go bath in the river, and full patta all over the body, become 70% Sattva Guna. Isn't it? You see how it keeps changing. And then suddenly after Thaipusam, in the midnight hour, all the Palgodam settle. For 1 month he will never take meat, right? So the moment he left out the Thaipusam Bhakti cave, what do you see? The China Kada will be there. China Kada Ramli burger in front will be putting out the pandal. So Ramli burger and China Kada, they will back. So suddenly from Sattva will drop to Tamo Guna. Is it clear? So like that, the living entity out of ignorance and own will, being dragged in this guna, that guna and this guna, and keep repetitively getting different bodies. 8.4 million species are there. So according to our guna, we are getting different bodies. Kallagi, Puluvagi, Maramagi, Ganangalagi, Peyagi, Manidanagi, Devanagi, the Mari Agi. according to our consciousness. The material nature is avoiding us. ஸோ இதுதான் வந்து இந்த மோட்ஸ் ஆஃப் மெட்டீரியல் நேச்சர், இதுதான் இந்த சாப்டர். இதுதான் வந்து பிரகிருதி. புரியுதுங்களா? ஸோ அப்போ கிருஷ்ணரோட கொண்டிஷன் சொல்லும் போது இதான் அர்த்தம். வி ஆர் ஆக்சுவலி பீங் கண்ட்ரோல்டு. இதை நாம ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கணும். வி ஆர் நாட் த அல்டிமேட் கண்ட்ரோலர். When you are going to urinate, you cannot control the bladder. When you are going to pass stool, you have to go to the toilet. Can you tahan forever? Cannot. When you are hungry, you have to eat. All these are because of the material nature. Your body is material. The body is acting according to the nature. So this is conditioned. So you are thinking, my life, my rules. My life, my rules. I am the enjoyer, I am the boss, I am the king, I am the playmaker, kingmaker, whatever maker. But you are nothing. Because you cannot even control your bladder and bowel. You have to sleep. You cannot even control your sleep. You cannot even control your tongue. You cannot even control your senses. So this is material nature. This is why Prabhupada and Shastra says that we are conditioned soul. கேள்விப்பட்டிருக்கீங்களா? Always Prabhupada said we are conditioned soul. Soul is pure. We are ourselves pure. But we become conditioned. We have become controlled. We are under the shelter of this Mahamaya, this material energy, this Maya Shakti, this Durga Shakti. Same thing. Durga Shakti, Prakruti, three modes of material nature. Same thing. சரிங்களா? So, I mean, I was speaking to my colleague. So, one day before Pongal, so he was bringing vegetarian food and eating. So he said, I am vegetarian from today because of Thaipusam. So I say, very nice, very nice. You should continue this. This is very good. We are encouraging. So, and then he was telling me, but yesterday, until 12 midnight, he was backing all meat and beer and full flown, because 1 month he cannot drink beer, cannot take meat, So yesterday, the whole night he was taking full meal, meat, McDonald's, KFC, and he bought few cans of beer and drinking. The next day suddenly become vegetarian and forget about all these things. And then after Thaipusam, will start back. You see, this is called conditioned. Because they don't know what is the goal of life. Okay? So that is why we are called conditioned soul. We are always under the influence of this nature. Is that clear, Arsi Mataji?
Yes, sir.
Clear இருக்குங்களா நான் சொல்றது?
இப்ப நீங்க சொல்றது வந்து இந்த conditioned soul வந்து control by the three modeலாம்.
Yes, we are the conditioned soul. நம்ம எல்லாரும் யார் இங்க இருக்காலோ we are conditioned soul. That is why when we are speaking about conditioned soul, they are prone to the 4 defects. Now we related it. Now we connect it. Remember, we have learned before. நம்ம இந்த உலகத்துல இருந்தாலே, மனிதனா இருந்தாலே நம்ம 4 விஷயங்கள் நமக்கு இருக்கும். The 4 defects of human being. What is that? Can anyone tell me?
Come again the question, Babu?
What is the 4 defects of human being?
Oh, yeah. Well,
What is the 4 defects?
you make mistake, your illusion, you cheat, and then your senses are not perfect.
Yes, yes. Have you heard about that, Arsi Mataji?
Yes, sir.
So now you can connect why we are prone to this 4 defect, all the human being or the living entity, because they are bound by the material nature. So they are under the control. So therefore they always make mistakes. They are always cheating tendency. ஏமாத்துற தன்மை இருக்கும். They are always under illusion. Illusion means they are thinking that நான் தான் இந்த உடல். நான் தான் இந்த உடல். And then what is that? Cheating, making imperfect senses, another one. Senses are imperfect. We cannot see God. So yesterday I went to a preaching program in a Karmadi house. Karmadi house. In Batangkali. Yeah, Batangkali, it's about a quite long journey, heavy rain. About 1 hour, it took me about 1 hour, 20 minutes, from Ampang. After my work, I went. So they did a Karmadi. So we can see, this is house preaching. These people, இவங்கெல்லாம் ரொம்ப new. They don't have any contact on spiritual knowledge. But they are doing Karmadi. They are following some rituals, some Vedic rituals. So the moment, we waited, when I arrived, the ritual was done. Then everyone was taking food. Then we did short kirtan. And then for 2 hours, somehow for 2 hours, we sit and discuss Bhagavad Gita. But of course, a very basic. We discuss about, first of all, is there God? Kadavul irukara. That is my point of discussion. Because point என்னன்னா, when I say கடவுள் இருக்காரா, the 50%, 60% of them say, I don't know. This is a Karmadi house, and we are speaking about a family and relatives who are attending the Karmadi house. And this is the level, but they are very nice, to be honest. They admit, I am still doubtful whether there is God or not, or who is God. I'm just doing this for the sake of doing. All these rituals, for the sake of செத்து போயிட்டாங்க, நம்ம செய்கிறோம், அவ்வளோதான் கடமை. Otherwise, I'm not bothered about all these rules and regulations, isn't it? So why you are doing, why you are feeling so, why you are being so sad, I asked. So they say the body have gone, அவங்க போயிட்டாங்க. So what happened to the body? They say they burned the body. So I say, first I ask, why are you doing this karmadi? For Atma Shanti. Okay, Atma Shanti செய்றீங்க. So what you did to the body? They say they burned the body. So I asked them, so if you burn the body, then how the body will become, how the person become happy? I just asked like that. Because their understanding is that the person is the body. So if you are thinking that the person is the body, then why you burn the body? புரியுதுங்களா? If you are thinking that I am the body, then you should not burn the body. But they are telling, yes, this person is the body, now this person is gone. So I am asking you, where is this person gone? The person body தான் எரிச்சிட்டீங்களா? So அப்போ நீங்கள் அவங்களே எரிச்சிட்டீங்களா? அப்போ நீங்கள் செஞ்சு தப்பா இல்லையா? If you are thinking that he is the body. So basically I established he is not the body. So there is something beyond the body. We go to the soul. So we establish soul. Then we are talking about whether there is God or not. Who is God? God has a form or not. Surprised. You will be surprised to hear that 100% of them doesn't agree God has a form. When I ask who is God, this is just based on many places we go and preach. This is the understanding of our Indian community, our Indian student, our Hindus. கடவுள் யாருன்னா, கடவுள் வந்து காத்து, கடவுள் வந்து ஒரு லைட்டு, கடவுள் வந்து ஒரு நெருப்பு, கடவுள் வந்து நம்ம நல்லது செய்யறது, அன்பே சிவம், இதுதான் கடவுள். So all these things are there. So our understanding is that we don't even know who is God. Then how you want to understand, how you want to understand all these things? புரியுதுங்களா என்ன சொல்ல வரேன்னு? We are thinking that we are Hindus, we are thinking that we are all atheistic, எல்லாம் கடவுள் தெரியும், பக்தி, nothing bhakti. Where is bhakti? All you are putting, all these things people are putting for the sake of just putting. If you personally going to ask them, கடவுள் இருக்காருன்னா சந்தேகம் தான், சும்மா போட்டுக்கிறது தான். So they are not even convinced, guys, God, they are not even convinced. கிருஷ்ணர் வந்து ஒரு மனசாளு தானே, கிருஷ்ணா ஒரு சும்மா சாதாரண ஆளு தானே. This is the understanding. This is how we are illusioned. This is our situation, Mataji. So that's why there's a need of listening, preaching Bhagavad Gita. This Prabhupada movement, this Hare Krishna movement is very important. It's for everyone. This is not some sentimental fanatic movement. It is for everyone. This is fact. We are speaking Krishna's words. This is universal for everyone. So why I am telling this is our situation. So we have a 2-hour discussion just to establish there is God and God as a form. 2 hours discussion. The point is, if you don't establish this and you simply go and speak about Krishna says this and Krishna says that, it won't penetrate to them. Because they don't value Krishna, they don't value Bhagavad Gita. You understand or not? They don't value whatever you are doing. Because in their understanding, all these things are nothing, bogus. Mythology, sentimental, ritual, faith, belief, so-called belief and faith, right? So that is why, you know what I mean? No, நீங்க போயிட்டு 1000 தடவை பகவத்கீதா படிங்க, கிருஷ்ணரை வழிபடுங்க சொல்லலாம். It won't work. Because they don't have understanding on who is God. They are thinking that whatever அவங்க மனசுக்கு பிடிச்ச செஞ்சாதான் God. So that is called dog, not God. Prabhupada says that. புரியுதுங்களா? You must understand, this is the situation of our community. So each and every one of you have a role to play in spreading the Krishna consciousness to your family and relatives. You know, you should invite devotees. Whenever there is a house program, whenever you are doing any event, please invite. So that the devotees can come, they can speak. But they are very fortunate, even though they don't have any knowledge, but somehow they come in contact with a devotee and that Prabhu invited, come, let's go. That is how now we have then we distributed Bhagavad Gita, we distributed Science of Self-Realization after the 2-hour session. So okay, at least they're getting some knowledge. At least we are stimulating their mind. At least all of them agreed at the final of the discussion that there is God and God has a form. And they are ready to read Bhagavad Gita. So that is, at least they already come to that level. Of course, to next establish who is God, Krishna is God. It's another session, right? So இதுதான் நம்மளுடைய situation. So உங்களுக்கு தெரியணும். So, you know, that's how you need to, you know, you need some tactful preaching. It's not that simply go and tell, you know, because people cannot understand. But of course, when you tell a pious person, a person who have faith in Shastra, then they will take it. ஸோ நீங்கள் ஒரு மலாயக்காரன் நண்பர்கிட்ட போய் சொல்லுங்கள், இந்த மாதிரி குரானில் வந்து இந்த மாதிரி செய்யக்கூடாதுன்னு சொன்னீங்கன்னா அவங்க ஒன்றுமே என்ன செய்வாங்க, ஓகே சரி எக்கோட் சொல்லிடுவான், அவ்வளோதான், பேச்சு கிடையாது. பிகாஸ் வை தே அக்செப்ட் தட் ஹோலி புக் as the highest. பேச்சு கிடையாது. அவன் எவ்வளோ பெரிய மட்டமானவன் இருந்தாலும், எவ்வளோ பெரிய ட்ரக் அடிக்க இருந்தாலும், எவ்வளோ பெரிய பாவம் செஞ்சுக்கிட்டு இருந்தாலும், அதை போய் சொல்லுங்களேன் இதை செய்யக்கூடாது, இது டோஸானா அவன் யோசிச்சு ஒரு நேரத்துக்கு நிற்பான், வருதுனா செய்ய மாட்டான். அட்லீஸ்ட் யூ won't do it in front of you. அட்லீஸ்ட் will admit, yeah any டோஸான்னு அட்மிட் பண்ணுவான். சரிங்களா? ஆனால் அதை நம்ம ஆளுங்க பார்த்தீங்க, பிகாஸ் வை, பிகாஸ் we are actually they are more better. If you ask me, these people are all better than our people who are simply wearing all these things, but they don't accept God. Yeah? They simply say God is light. These people are more rascal actually. I mean, sorry to say, but yeah, this is the fact. Of course, we need to guide them. We are not proud. We are not having pride here. When we are preaching, we have to guide them very lovingly, very softly, caringly, tactfully. We have to do. But in our discussion, we must understand this. Okay, so that's why we are coming for Bhagavad Gita classes. We want to train every one of you. Every one of you should preach. So before preaching, you should have knowledge. Preach to your family, preach to your children, preach to your relatives, preach to everyone you see. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says this. Okay, so this is a situation. So before we preach, we also must follow certain things that we can preach. Right? So idho irukku. So that is why now Krishna is describing about the mode of goodness. Later shloka, Krishna will describe about mode of patience. Later shloka, mode of tamoguna. Okay, Mataji. So far good, can follow. Yeah, understanding
Yes,
whatever we are going through right now.
Yes, sir. Understand.
Clear? Clear,
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes, sir.
Very good. So that is what we want. You have joined for so long. So இதெல்லாம் வந்து கண்டிப்பா you must nail this, you must understand this, you must grasp this. Prabhupada booksல பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இந்த வேர்ட்ஸ் நிறைய பாய்ப்பாரு. Now after you know this and you try to read back, Mataji, பகவத்கீதை இருக்குங்களா வீட்டுல? பகவத்கீதை, right?
இருக்கு சார்.
Now you try to read back. After you understand this, நீங்க படிக்கும் போது உங்களுக்கு புரியும். சரிங்களா? Okay. So that is why you need a guide to understand Bhagavad Gita. So இப்போ என்ன ஆகுதுன்னா அப்புறம் கிருஷ்ணா என்ன சொல்றாரு, the mode of goodness is purer than the others. இப்போ தமோ குண ரஜோ குணத்தோட இந்த சத்துவ குணம் is good, purer. என்ன சொல்றாருன்னா, it frees one from all sinful reactions சொல்றாரு. So those situated in that mode become conditioned by a sense of happiness of knowledge. So this mood, so my question now very simple. So நம்ம ஒரு சாத்வ குணத்துல இருந்தோம்னா, is it the best and highest? Mataji, what do you think? Is sattvic guna the highest we can go?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so far theoretically,
Yes.
whatever now you're seeing, we are looking like sattva guna is the highest lah, is the best.
Compared to Rajagunas and Tamogunas, Sattva Guna is better. I think we should somehow go higher than that.
What is higher than that?
To reach Krishna lah.
Yeah, so what we call that? So you okay, good. So you see, the very important thing you should understand here, sattva guna is not the highest. You know why sattva guna is not the highest? Because you see here, even in sattva guna, you are still conditioned. That means you are still controlled by the nature, and you have some sense of so-called happiness with the body and so-called material knowledge. Prideness is there. Okay. So, but remember, but sattva guna is very favorable to go into shuddha sattva. Now there's another term comes in, shuddha sattva, pure goodness. Okay, Mataji. So what is this pure goodness? This is the real state that we should achieve. Pure goodness means action in Krishna consciousness. So by actually acting in Krishna consciousness, we are not conditioned by any modes of material nature. We are not touched by material nature. புரியுதுங்களா மாதாஜி? Because it is called spiritual. That is why it's spiritual. ஏன் நம்ம spiritual சொல்றோம்? Because we are not dealing with material energy. புரியுதுங்களா? நல்லா பாருங்க, very important understanding here. So even you are இப்போ பாருங்க, அதனால தான் பாயிண்ட் வருது. Even you are vegetarian, நிறைய பேர் இருக்காங்க vegetarian, okay, vegan, so they might be in the eating mode of sattva guna, but they are not they are not in the highest level because they don't know Krishna. So they are still being conditioned by the material nature. புரியுதுங்களா மாதாஜி? So they have some material knowledge, some knowledge, but they are not perfectly out of the material nature. So they might get birth again in this material nature. But the moment you act in Krishna consciousness, that is why Krishna consciousness is the key. We must do whatever we do, putting Krishna as a center, so it becomes Shuddha Sattva, or it becomes Akarma, or simply meant to say activity in Krishna consciousness. Right now we are reading Bhagavad Gita, hearing Bhagavad Gita. So this comes under which mood, Mataji? Sattva guna?
Yes, sir.
Sattva guna or Shuddha Sattva?
I don't get the question, sir.
இப்போ நம்ம பகவத்கீதா எல்லாரும் கேட்குறோம்ல?
Yes.
நான் பேசுறேன், நீங்க கேட்குறீங்க. So we are taken up by which mode? Rajo guna, Sattva guna, Tamo guna or Shuddha Sattva?
Shuddha Sattva, pure consciousness.
Yes, you see, it is not Sattva guna, because Sattva guna means we are dealing with still with material energy. புரியுதுங்களா? When we are dealing with Krishna, it is beyond this three guna. So that is why it's spiritual.
Spiritual.
Yeah, Sattva guna is also still material energy, Mataji. புரியுதுங்களா? You're getting it right. So even you are vegetarian, even you are worshipping, you are going to temple, but if you are not worshipping Krishna, it's still Sattva guna. Very important point here.
Mm.
So now we may put a situation. So this person is vegetarian, this person is vegan, this person prays, this person go to temple, Monday go to Ganesha temple, Tuesday go to Murugan temple, Wednesday go to Vishnu temple, and Thursday he goes to whatever temple, right? And the fellow is very very good. This is very good, this is very good qualities. He doesn't kill animal, he's very nice, very gentle, very soft spoken. So all these qualities are very good, sattva, very favorable to Krishna consciousness. But unless he come in contact with Krishna consciousness, he cannot become Shuddha Sattva. He cannot become spiritual. He is not purified entirely. He stays in material. So the point here is, even you're following vegetarian, you're worshipping demigods, you're worshipping, do all sort of rituals mentioned in the Shastra, but if you don't know Krishna, you are still under maximum, you can't go Sattva Guna. And Sattva Guna is also material quality. You cannot go back to spiritual world. You're getting it?
Yes, sir. Got it.
Why?
Because not
Yeah.
practicing Krishna consciousness.
Because you have to come in contact with Krishna. Krishna's
Krishna.
internal potency, spiritual energy, Haradini Shakti, Radharani, Hare Krishna Mahamantra. That is where brings you to Shuddha Sattva. புரியுதுங்களா? Whenever Krishna is there, there's nothing to speak about material energy. புரியுதுங்களா? So that is why the food, whatever we eat, we should offer to Krishna. So therefore, even is fruits vegetarian, but when offered to Krishna, it become from Sattva to Shuddha Sattva. You're getting it?
Yes.
Whatever we read, when we read Bhagavad Gita, it becomes Shuddha Sattva. So our life must be entirely Shuddha Sattva. Krishna consciousness, இதான் அர்த்தம். Krishna must be the center. புரியுதுங்களா மாதாஜி?
Yes, sir.
Now you can discriminate. இது உண்மையிலே எந்த குணத்துல இருக்குன்னு. ஓகேங்களா? So பாருங்க, அப்ப only when we are in the situation of Shuddha Sattva, Krishna consciousness, you can cross over the material nature and go back to Godhead. This is the goal of religion. This is the goal of Krishna consciousness. அவ்வளோதான், சிம்பிள் தானே மாதாஜி? வெரி சிம்பிள், ரைட்? Practical. So whenever there is no Krishna, basically you are dealing with
Material.
three modes of life. So அப்போ நீங்க ஜட்ஜ் பண்ணிக்கலாம். Whatever we are doing, we have to go into either four of these things. So this is what Krishna says here. இப்போ படிங்க. That is why Krishna says, even though it is pure, எல்லாம் பார்த்துக்கோங்க, it is pure. Purer than the others, நீங்க சொன்ன மாதிரி. So Sattva Guna is better than Rajo Guna, Tamo Guna. Correct or not? Being vegetarian is better than meat eating. Isn't it? You're worshipping, going to temple is better than not going to temple. Yeah. But that is not the best. And Sattva Guna is favorable. So இந்த மாதிரி இருந்தால் நம்ம ஈஸியாக அடுத்து கிராஸ் பண்ணிடலாம். ஸோ அதனால தான் கிருஷ்ணா என்ன சொல்கிறாரு, those situated in the mode of that mode become conditioned. They also become conditioned. If they never want to rise, they become conditioned with a so-called pleasure of happiness and knowledge. So that is why the Brahmanas, they are very pride. I am speaking about the Brahmanas. தெரியுங்களா? Brahmana means அவங்க பிராமண குலத்தில் வந்திருப்பாங்க. They are vegetarian, they are very proud. They are very intelligent, They will go to US. If you see in India, whoever working in the US is coming from the Brahmin community. IT software, all the software fellows, all a Brahmana family. Do you know that? All the intelligent people working in the IT software, IT company in the Western countries, in the US, in Dubai, in the பெரிய இடத்துல இருக்கானுங்களே, they are all actually from Brahmana community. You know why? Because the Brahmins are naturally intelligent. Yeah, but sometimes they are very much proud. They don't follow Shastra. They don't come to the level of Shuddha Sattva. They are having so-called proud. So this is also conditioned. When you don't know Krishna, you are conditioned. Right? So that is why Prabhupada said, the philosophers, scientists, they can go so high. Like Prabhupada says, the scientists, they are more like sattva and rajo, patient mix. The scientists of pride. I have discovered this, I have discovered that, the poets, the teachers, I'm speaking about, that is why if you see the great philosophers, like William Shakespeare, Albert Einstein, all these people, Aristotle, all of them are actually vegetarian. They are actually in a sort of sattva guna, they are very intelligent, they are into inquisitiveness, very good. It's a sattvic quality, and they don't take meat. But what happened is, they are atheists, they cannot go beyond that because they don't know Krishna, they don't come to Shastra. So they are stopped there and they died. So becoming Sattva Guna also is not good because you are forgetting Krishna. But the point is, Sattva Guna is favorable. So whatever food we are offering to Krishna must be Sattvic. That Sattvic, when we offer, it becomes Prasadam, Suddha Sattva. So that is why we are not vegetarian. We are Prasadarian. Krishna says that we should offer Satvika Ahara. Satvika Ahara. So that Satvika Ahara, fruits, vegetable is Satvigam. So we become Prasadam. Onion, garlic is Rajogunam, Tamogunam. அதனால தான் நம்ம ஆனியன் கார்லிக் சாப்பிட மாட்டோம். நீங்கள் கேட்கலாம், பிரபு அது வெஜிடேரியன் தானே, பீர் மால்ட் வெஜிடேரியன், காஃபி டீ வெஜிடேரியன். நோ, தமோ குணம். முட்டை சைவம் தானே, தமோ குணம். ஸோ வி கிளாசிஃபை ஃபுட் அக்கார்டிங் டு திஸ் மோட்ஸ். புரியுதுங்களா மாதாஜி? We classify job according to this mode. We classify everything according to this mode. Even worship. If someone is worshipping a ghost, tamoguna. இருக்கு. worshipping ghost என்னது? செத்தவங்களுக்கு சாம்பிராணி போடுறது, செத்தவங்களுக்கு மாமிசம் படைக்கிறது, இது worshipping ghost. நம்ம சீன நண்பர்கள் செய்வாங்களா ஆகஸ்ட்ல, ஹங்கரி கோஸ்ட் ஃபெஸ்டிவல், அது வந்து தமோகுணம். நம்மளும் செய்வோம். ஐயாசாமி கூப்பிடுறது, ஆடு வெட்டுறது, தமோகுணம். தேவர்களை வழிபடுறது, அது வந்து ரஜோகுணம். டிபெண்ட்ஸ் ஆன் ஹவ் யூ வர்ஷிப். சில பேர் வந்து காளியம்மா, முனீஸ்வர சுவாமி இவங்கெல்லாம் எப்படி வர்ஷிப் பண்ணுவாங்க, ஆடை வெட்டி வர்ஷிப் பண்ண தமோகுணம். சில பேர் சைவமாக போட்டு வர்ஷிப் பண்ணுவாங்க, ரஜோகுணம். சில பேர் வந்து இதெல்லாம் ரஜோகுணம் தமோகுணம் இதில் வரும். சில பேர் வந்து விஷ்ணுவை வழிபடுவாங்க, அப்புறம் மற்ற தேவர்களை வழிபடுவாங்க. ஸோ மிக்ஸ் ஆஃப் சத்துவகுணம் அண்ட் ரஜோகுணம் இந்த மாதிரி தான் இருக்கும். ஸோ வர்ஷிப்லேயே பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இந்த மாதிரி இருக்கும். சில பேர் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா மனசால வழிபடுவாங்க. எம்ஜிஆர், சிவாஜி, பால் ஊற்றி விளையாடு, ரஜினிகாந்த், விஜய், இவனுங்கெல்லாம் வச்சு பால் ஊற்றி தேட்டரில் வழிபடுவானுங்க. தமோ குணம். புரியுதுங்களா? குறைக்கிறேன். தமோ குணம், இக்னரன்ட், தமோ குணம். ஸோ அவங்க ஃபோன் வால்பேப்பர் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஆக்டர்ஸ் படம், ஆக்டர் படம், ஆமாம் தானே? அதான் அவங்களுடைய கோல் ஆஃப் லைஃப். படம் தான் முக்கியம். அவன் அஜித் இப்படி பண்ணிட்டான், ரஜினிகாந்த் இப்படி பண்ணிட்டான், விஜய் இப்படி பண்ணிட்டான். அவனுங்களாம் வந்து எல்லாம் நாஸ்திகவாதிங்க. ஆனால் நம்ம அவனுங்களை வந்து கடவுளாக வச்சுருப்போம். இது தமோ குணம். மனிதனால் வழிபடுறது, நம்ம ஆல்டரில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா மனசனை கடவுளாக வச்சுருப்போம். தமோ குணம். ஒரு மனசால் வந்து கடவுளாக வச்சிருக்கக்கூடாது. ஒரு மனசன், ஒரு செத்து போன ஒரு மனசன் சொல்கிறது, குரு, சோ கால்ட் குருஜி, பாபாஜி, அந்த பாபா, இந்த பாபா, அவனெல்லாம் நடுவில் வச்சு இதுதான் கடவுள், இதுதான் சாமி, இதுதான் குரு, நம்ம நடுவில் வச்சு பகவானை வச்சு நம்ம வழிபட்டோன்னா தமோகுணம். புரியுதுங்களா? ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி எல்லா இதுலேயும் நம்ம பிரிக்கலாம். அது கிருஷ்ணா அப்படி சொல்லுவார், ரஜகுணம் என்ன, தமகுணம் என்னன்னு. ஸோ நம்மளுடைய சாப்பாடு, நம்மளுடைய வர்ஷிப்பு, நம்மளுடைய நாலேஜு, நம்மளுடைய பேச்சு, எடுத்தோடனே சினிமா, அப்போ தமோ குணம். எடுத்தோடனே கோசிப்ஸ், ரஜகுணம். சரிங்களா? சாஸ்திர பற்றி பேசினா, கிருஷ்ணா பற்றி பேசினா சுத்த சத்வா. இதுதான் பாயிண்ட். ஓகே, I will end the discussion here. இதுதான் பாயிண்ட் இன்னைக்கு. Is that clear? Any questions?
Clear, sir. Understand now.
Yeah, yeah. Good. Keep reading Bhagavad Gita. Keep reading. Keep listening. Okay. Any question you can ask. Okay. So
Actually,
Harish,
I can understand everything, but I don't know to talk on this.
good, Mataji. It's good to
I
get
can
it in.
understand for myself, but I don't know how to preach. And I
No
can
problem,
know for
Mataji.
myself.
No
The same with me, Prabhu. I
Huh.
cannot explain anything.
No
Just
problem.
listen.
Can. You should listen and you should practice.
Mm.
Okay. This
Yes,
is two
Prabhu,
things.
I'm practicing that.
Very good. Listen and practice. Then preaching it will come. No, or you can invite any other devotees to assist you in preaching. This also can. You can do that. In any way we can preach. We can become the instrument. No problem.
Actually,
Okay.
so last time my knowledge was zero. At least now I think I can get a few 1 or 2%. I have to gain more lah.
Yes. You have already get the basics. So whatever
Basics.
we are telling is basics. நம்ம
Yes.
தினமும் இதான் repeat பண்றோம். Basics.
Uh,
We are not going anything higher. This is the basic knowledge for human being. There's nothing higher.
Actually, I'm very glad to know about Gita, the knowledge.
Yes, it's very simple, very straightforward, very practical. Okay. So, okay. Any other questions? Harishwan Prabhu, is everything good? Okay. So, I think there's no.
Everything good,
Thank you very
Prabhu.
much, Prabhu.
Yes, thank you very much. So, we will end the discussion. Vancha kalpatarobhyascha kripa sindhyobhya evacha patitanang pavenebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you
Hare
very much,
Krishna,
sir.
Prabhu. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.